Hello, got a bit of an unboxing this week. Now, I won't tell you exactly what it is straight away, but suffice to say, it's not strictly anything to do with bolt action or wargaming, but it is connected with the videos themselves that I make. Let me open it up, and then we can have a look. Right, I'll just take this out. It's got nothing to do with it. Some Mod Podge, just an essential supply. Take this out of the way. Right, this is the item that we're looking at. Now basically what it is, I've had quite a few requests, you know, either in the video or outside the video, asking for better camera angles when I'm doing things. Now, as I've always said, I'm no YouTuber, even though I'm on YouTube. I'm an old dog. I do try and learn some new tricks, but I can't promise anything. But I have listened to what people have said, and obviously I've had to spend within my budget because I can't afford to spend some of the prices for things like this. So it is at the budget end. So, you know, whether I can expect great things or not, I don't know. But basically what it is, it's to allow me to film from some different angles. Hopefully kind of, you know, like my perspective of what I'm doing, rather than just a side view. But obviously, you know, whether it's going to do that job properly or not, I don't know. Time will tell, I guess. But this is it. So basically, it's a flexible desk camera mount with a clamp. So hopefully I'll be able to fit this to the desk. Then attach my camera. And get some better angles, as requested. Can't promise anything. The kit itself may well be reliable, but whether I will be is another matter. But what I'll do is I'll quickly set it up, try and connect my video camera up to it, and we'll see what kind of angles we can get with it. Right, back shortly. Trying to think of a viable test for it. The first thing that came to hand was these little 3D printed birds. But you can see the potential for it giving a better full-on view. I wouldn't say it's going to be particularly easy if I'm actually doing any work. For one, it clamps to the desk and the desk itself moves. I don't know whether you can see that, but if I was painting, there's a bit of a wobble. I'm not sure whether the camera will pick that up. Of course, the other option is I could attach it to something near the desk, and that might improve it. Or I could just use it for, you know, smaller parts of the video. You know, stick to the main view I always use. But when appropriate, bring this one into use, just to get some close-ups. But certainly when it comes to, you know, practical, you know, actually doing a job while the camera's right in front of me filming, I'm not sure it's going to be over easy, but you know, I suppose you can persevere with it, and well, time will tell, won't it, really? But the only downfall I can see at the minute with it attached to the desk is, like I say, there's that potential as I move that I'm going to be wobbling the camera and you're going to get seasick watching it. Obviously I haven't, you know, fully tested it yet. I've just literally put it in place, so let me just attach it to something else if I can, and we'll see if that makes any difference to the way it films. Right, back in a minute. Right, so I've connected it up to the shelving unit by the side now. Slightly different angle, but still, you know, it's not side on. I've got some scope for altering this angle and obviously zooming in. But the one advantage opposed to it being connected to the table is, you know, I can do something like that, shaking the can, you know, so it allows some movement without, you know, vibrating the camera on the table. I can still just about see some of the things that I'm doing as well. So I could see that this angle could potentially work. You know, if I was painting these, for instance. You know, obviously I've not, you know, queued it up for exactly where I want it, you know, like zooming it in. But I've still got a view where I can paint that and it's on the camera. If I was holding the brush. So, you know, that works. I wouldn't say it's the sturdiest in the world. Obviously, you know, I suppose it's near the budget end. Because I have seen things like this, you know, closer to 100. And I can assure you this wasn't. I will tell you a bit more about it in a minute. But, yeah, it's got potential. I can't guarantee to be full on with it straight away. I've got to get used to it. So, you know, do expect to see some of the old angles when I'm using it. But what I'll try and do is experiment and occasionally film a bit from a different angle. As I say, I think by now you realise you don't tune into me to see slick YouTube videos, do you, really? Well, I hope you don't. Let me disconnect it all, go back to my conventional thing, and we'll have a look at the actual gadget itself. Right, back in a minute. Right, so we just have a bit of a look at it. You can see it's got plenty of flexibility. One thing I've just found, obviously, is alongside this clamp, you know where it's attached to the clamp, you can use this piece to unscrew it. And you can actually fit that to there instead if you wanted to. So I expect that's going to open up a, you know, a different kind of reach or a number of other different angles that you could potentially use it at. And there seems to be, well, there is a different type of thread arrangement there. See if it says anything about that. It does mention that there's different thread possibilities. I don't know what size it is without checking it, but there's access to one that side, there's one there, there's a bigger one there, so there's plenty of different angles that you could connect it up. Obviously you got the swivel grips for when it's locking on. There's no actual hexagon, you know, the grub screw part that the Allen key works with, but you can use it to tighten this so it doesn't come undone. You can do it finger tight, but then you can tighten it a bit more by putting that in and moving it over. But you've got lots of swiveling arrangements, you know, you can move it in all directions. And same with this at this end as well. Turn one round on the other. So it's got lots of flexibility. Same with this one. Move it around. And then on the other end, you've got another one of these, you know, for connecting it up to your camera. But it also comes supplied with this. So if I just put that on. Yes, Bob. Bob's here, as you can tell. He's fascinated. I'm sure he is. So basically that's for fitting your iPhone. Luckily, here's one I prepared earlier. There we go. So you can use it with your iPhone or with camera, whatever type of phone you've got to film with. Which is another little bonus really, because I could potentially set it up as a separate camera. And just film some of the bits that I use on this with my iPhone instead. But it's good that it's got that, you know, dual use. So you can use it with a camera and you can use it with your phone as well. It seemed fairly stable. I think I would say it's long enough. But you know, if it were a bit longer, it, you know, be a bit more useful, I suppose. But for what I'm doing, it's certainly going to reach where I need it to. No problem. And you know, it seems to have been manufactured pretty well. You know, because it is like the budget end of these things. You could use it to fix lights on as well. So you could alter the lighting on your subjects by connecting a light up to it. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it all in all. The only thing I can't completely say yet is how reliable it is, because obviously I've not used it enough. But it certainly looks like it'll fulfill my basic needs anyway. And if, like me, all you're looking to do is do a few different angles on things or keep your hands free while you're filming something, I mean, you could use this to connect your phone up so it's right up in front of you, and, you know, when you're talking to somebody over Messenger or something. So there's plenty of uses for it. Anyway, as promised, I'll tell you how much it was. I brought the page up. So, I got this for £33.99. I don't know a lot about this kind of technology, but I have seen some for really stupid money. And no doubt there's something really special about them, I don't know. You know, maybe they're worth that extra money. Whether this has got the strength for some things that, you know, and others, you know, are better. I don't know, but it seems okay for me. And when I say it was 33, that's because at the minute on Amazon it's got 24% off. So the original price was $44.99, which ain't too bad. I mean, I've covered it with some sales of things that I was getting rid of, so it's not really cost me anything as such. But I just thought I'd share it with you, and just to, you know, let people know that I am trying to listen to some of the suggestions I get, and you know, watch this space for, see whether my new camera work comes in. Can't, as I said before, can't guarantee that it's going to turn me into Spielberg or anything like that. The videos will still be what they are, but I will do my best. Right, I'll wind this one up. Hope you've enjoyed it. No, it's not bolt action, but you know why I've got it. Right, I'll see you again soon. Bye.